Guys, what's going on? Welcome back. So today I want to talk about some very, very weird anxiety symptoms that I had that really messed with my acceptance. You go online whenever you develop anxiety and you look up the symptoms of anxiety, and you see a lot of the main ones towards the top. You're going to get your chest pain, you're going to find headaches, tension headaches, you're going to find muscle tension, you're going to find digestive issues, dizziness, things like that. But there's so many other little tiny small symptoms, and I've tried to do a pretty good job on this channel at making individual videos, which I'll probably go through and redo all the old ones that I did on each of these small symptoms, because there's a bunch of tiny little things that you would never think anxiety would cause. And again, this would really mess with my acceptance, if not even sometimes more so than some of the other bigger symptoms that were associated with anxiety, even if they were more painful. It was just some of these odd ones that sometimes would just do the trick with freaking me out. So we're going to talk about that. I want you guys to hit the like button if you've experienced any weird symptoms of anxiety. And I want you to go down below in the comment section throughout this video, and I want you to put the top 5 weirdest anxiety symptoms that you have ever experienced. I'm going to try to at least talk about 5 or so today. But I'm going to start with one that was towards the end of my anxiety journey, a little bit ironic, but this is why it took me about 5 years instead of about 3.5-ish years to get past this, because it was this one last stubborn symptom. And guys, some of these little weird small symptoms can last a year plus if we're not responding the right way, and we're still we're giving those fearful responses, we're agitated, we're annoyed by it, we're not willing to accept it. And also something else that I'll mention before I jump into this is that another reason that these can be scary is because there's not as much information about it online. If you look up chest pain, you're going to find tons of people that have explained it, can make you feel a little better about it. Nonetheless, it's still extremely scary. That took me 2 years to get past, by the way. But some of these other main symptoms of anxiety, you're going to see tons of information. With some of these that I'm describing, there's not a ton of information. At least back then, whenever I was going through it years ago, there was not a lot of information to give me peace and comfort. So that doesn't help either. You'll read an article and you'll see a symptom, you'll be like, oh my God, or you won't see the symptom you're experiencing. You're like, oh my God, that means it's not anxiety because I can't find it anywhere. Anxiety could probably cause that too. That's through my 5 years, I've learned it could pretty much cause anything and everything, believe it or not. So the last one that was really hard for me to get past is where I want to start, because this had to be one of the weirdest ones I've ever experienced, was ear pressure in my right ear. Now, I had heard of tinnitus, which can be weird, the ear ringing and annoying, and I had that on and off. So I understood that part whenever it came to the ear. But I didn't know that anxiety could mess with my freaking eustachian tube, the tube that goes from my ear to my throat, right? The drainage tube. And guys, it felt like somebody had just shoved cotton balls down there, right? But I would go to the doctor all the time, the ENT actually, and I'd ask for a CAT scan. They would refuse it. They would look down there and they never saw anything. My hearing tests were always perfect. And they did a pressure test, and she said it was just like one little tick off and that I shouldn't be feeling what I'm feeling. But you also have to remember, guys, with these small symptoms, they feel so much more significant because of our hypersensitivity. Okay, our hypersensitivity. And also, I don't think there's a test really that can test for muscle tension. So muscle tension could cause that symptom that I was experiencing. And guys, I couldn't really find a lot of people. Like, I don't even think Reddit was around at this time. I probably would have found something on there, but I could not find really anything on ear pressure from anxiety. But now you can go look up. There's a few things that can explain it, like eustachian tube dysfunction due to anxiety can happen. The muscle tension that I was feeling could have led to it. There's a TMJ, which is that could be something that leads to it. Elevated blood pressure, hyperventilation. Of course, at this time I wasn't having panic attacks, but my blood pressure, I'm sure, was still a little higher than what it needed to be. So that could have been something that led to it. But also, guys, I feel like if you feel anything, whether it's caused by anxiety or not, and you put a lot of focus and fear and fixate on it, and we have a problem with that, especially if you deal with health anxiety, but you can do this without having health anxiety. You can cause that symptom to still happen time and time and time and time again. And it can be the weirdest little thing. It could be one twitch over here on this side of your lip, and you freak out about it, and that one twitch can stay there for months at a time. Okay? Another weird symptom, eye floaters. Like one day you wake up and you're seeing all these shapes and all these weird things in your eyes, and you're like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? Like, like, I've never seen any of this crap before. The funny thing is, it's been there. That's actually debris in your eye now being highlighted by the extra light that you bring in. Have any ever, excuse me, I can't talk today. Have any of you ever gone outside since this anxiety thing has started for you and had like this sensitivity to light, right? Anxiety can cause that. You are pulling in more light than what you need, and your body's doing that so you can assess the situation better, so you can run or you can fight. Okay, so that's another weird one. You're seeing shapes and squigglies. These are little pieces of debris that's in your eye that have likely always been there. You didn't accumulate all those in one day, okay? You just never had this much light being pulled into your eyes. Twitches, weird twitches in weird spots that just continuously happen. You can get twitches anywhere. Now, this is a more common symptom of anxiety, but you'll get them in weird little areas that you never thought you'd get them in, right? It's not just like your eye or maybe a lip twitch or a facial twitch, right? You're getting them everywhere, okay? Another one, very sensitive skin. Some people, unfortunately, it goes beyond sensitive. It's like, it feels like their skin's on fire in certain areas, and it's overstimulated nerve endings. So that's another weird one that can happen. Belching, guys. You can have belching all freaking day, and that's gotta be weird, right? I've had that. And that's from trapped gas. That's either air that's coming in that you're excessively taking in, combined with the gas that your body produces at a higher level because of anxiety. Hiccups that can last all freaking day, you know, every day. Went through periods of times where it seemed like I would get hiccups multiple times a day for weeks at a time. So I would deal with that. This one's a really weird one. Don't look this one up on Google either, because it scared the crap out of me whenever I actually did find some information on it. But trust me, anxiety causes this as well. Excessive yawning all throughout the day. I felt like I was always looking for that one deep breath, you know what I mean? So yawning was something that I dealt with pretty much all throughout my anxiety journey, which lasted for years. Nose fires, guys. Yeah, nose fires. I remember my first one. I barely made it to the sink in time to douse it out. I'm just playing, guys, but at this point, I wouldn't put it past anxiety to ignite a fire in your nose. Go down below in the comment section and comment nose fires. Let's throw everybody off that just started watching this video. Some other weird ones. Brain freaking zaps, man. I should have started this video off talking about that. If you ever have a brain zap, you're gonna know exactly what you were doing that morning and the rest of the day, because it's a pretty traumatic experience. It feels just the way it sounds, as if somebody is zapping your brain. Now, I didn't really feel any pain with mine. Some people have experienced some pain. I just remember having a very stressful morning, and then I felt like this spasm in my head, in my brain, and I thought I was having a stroke. It brought me to my freaking knees, not in pain, but in fear, and just, it was a very weird sensation. So just imagine like a part of your brain like doing like this for like a few seconds. Luckily, they don't last a long time. And I'm very fortunate to only have had a few of these. These can be more common in people that are trying to come off of medication from their anxiety. So brain zaps were a very scary one for me. And guys, just remember, when you're dealing with any of these symptoms, and I know there's gonna be a lot of symptoms that I didn't mention. I don't wanna make this like a 3-hour video, right? There's gonna be some weird stuff that I mentioned that you're still gonna be unsure about. Trust me, anxiety can cause that too. And what I've learned is that anxiety can cause pretty much anything, especially if we put our fear and focus on it. We can keep that symptom there and magnify it just through our concentration and our developing hypersensitivity to that, okay? We're very, very hyper-focused on what we fear and what we're concerned about, and unfortunately that turns into a bigger problem. So that's why these symptoms can last months, if not years, if you're not changing your life and doing some of the things that I talk about in my other videos. But it is important, guys, if you've been dealing with this for a while, you do need to make sure you go get checked out, okay? I'm not saying that I'm against you going to the doctor. You're the only one that can make a decision when it comes to going or not going, or when you're gonna eventually stop going and just work on your acceptance. You understand that that's something that you're gonna have to do, but I'm not in your body feeling what you're feeling, okay? I'm sure I can relate with a lot of what you're feeling, but I technically am not feeling what you're feeling. So you have to ultimately make that choice. So just listen and try to make good decisions whenever it comes to that. You have to develop your own rule system like I did of when I'm gonna go and when I'm not gonna go, right? But you have to back that up with your lifestyle, your behaviors, all that good stuff. But if you made it this far, I want you to go down below in the comment section, in all caps, I want you to put, anxiety can get weird. Anxiety can get weird. If you want more help with your anxiety, your symptoms, your panic attacks, anxiety attacks, health anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder, check out my course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. I'm going to read you a review real quick. It's down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. If you ever debated on whether or not to join this program, do it. Trey's the sweetest soul, and it feels like I'm talking to a friend. I could talk to him all day. He listens, is not judgmental, and gives actual advice that helps. Not just a temporary reassurance, but way more than that. Whenever I feel my anxiety getting up there, I go and watch his videos, and he's got many different topics in the program that you can rewatch whenever you need. It's so reassuring and honestly relaxing. I don't know what I would do if Trey didn't exist. Highly recommend this. May be your step to recovery. Lisa. Be sure to check that out, guys. It's changing lives. I've been reading you reviews every video so you guys can have proof and evidence that it would be valuable for you. It's super affordable. So check that out. All the curriculum is going to be on the site. You're going to see exactly what's in there. It's a step-by-step process of what I did to actually get out of this, okay? So close to 100 extra videos, a lot of downloadables, cool stuff on there. If you're interested in doing coaching calls with me where we actually talk on the phone and we can develop a strategy personalized to you for your individual needs during your anxiety process and anxiety journey. Everybody's different. Everybody's got a different story. There's some similarities and symptoms and stuff, but everybody is honestly unique in how they're exactly going through it and processing it. So guys, shoot me an email. I'm gonna put my email down there and I'll send you my coaching info if you're interested in that. Guys, there's a link for online therapy. Try out therapy. If you've never tried out therapy, you can do it on the phone, the laptop, the PC. You don't even have to leave the house to do your therapy. But I love you guys. Like this video if you got value, and until next time, keep fighting.